Have you ever wondered how war has shaped our world and our beliefs? The answer to that question begins with the dawn of civilization. In the earliest human societies, conflicts often arose over resources and territory. These disputes, in their most primal form, were the precursors to what we now recognize as war. The ancient Sumerians, living in what is now Iraq around 5,000 years ago, provide us with the earliest records of organized conflict. For them, as with many societies that followed, war was not just a contest of strength, but a complex interplay of politics, economics, and religion. Wars were fought over fertile lands, strategic locations, and access to valuable resources. But war did more than just settle scores. It influenced societal structures. As communities sought to protect themselves, they formed alliances, built walls, and established armies. From these necessities, the first city-states were born, and with them, the concept of nationhood. Religion, too, was shaped by war. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, among others, had gods and goddesses of war. These deities were invoked for protection and victory, reflecting the deep intertwining of faith and conflict. As we leap forward in time, we encounter wars that change the course of history. The Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta reshaped ancient Greece. The 100 Years' War altered the balance of power in Europe. The two world wars of the 20th century had global ramifications, setting the stage for the political and societal structures we know today. Each of these conflicts, in its own way, influenced the evolution of society and religion. They altered borders, sparked technological advancements, and even changed the way we understand our own humanity. But let's not romanticize war. It's a brutal, destructive force that has caused unimaginable suffering. Yet paradoxically, it has also been a catalyst for change, pushing societies to adapt, innovate, and sometimes to seek peace with a fervor they might not have known without the specter of conflict. War, as destructive as it is, has been a catalyst for change, shaping societies, religions, and ideologies. How has religion been a source of both unity and division? Let's delve into that. Religion, across the globe and through the ages, has often been the glue that binds communities together. It's a common thread that weaves through the fabric of societies, offering a shared sense of belonging and identity. It provides moral guidelines, shaping our perspectives on right and wrong, and influencing our actions and decisions. Religious practices and beliefs often play a significant role in shaping cultural identities. They define traditions, rituals, and festivals that bring people together, fostering a sense of community and shared heritage. They provide a framework for understanding the world and our place within it, often offering solace in times of hardship and uncertainty. But like a two-sided coin, religion has a darker side. The very beliefs that unite some can also foster division and conflict. Religious differences have been at the heart of many historical and ongoing social conflicts, from the Crusades of the Middle Ages to the sectarian violence in the modern Middle East. These conflicts arise when individuals or groups believe their religious beliefs are the absolute truth, leading to intolerance and hostility towards those who think differently. The sense of religious superiority can create divisions within societies, often resulting in hostility, discrimination, and even violence. Wars have been waged in the name of religion, causing untold suffering and loss. The same moral guidelines that promote peace and goodwill can, when interpreted rigidly or used for political manipulation, become a tool for justifying violence and oppression. Religion, while offering a beacon of hope and unity for many, can also be a sword that divides. It can ignite social conflicts with far-reaching consequences, affecting not just individuals and communities, but entire nations and regions. In understanding religion's dual role in both fostering unity and inciting division, we can better navigate the complex landscape of social conflicts and strive towards a more inclusive and peaceful world. Religion, a beacon of hope for many, can also be a sword that divides, igniting social conflicts with far-reaching consequences. How has the LGBTQ movement changed societal norms and perceptions? This is a question that sparks a journey through a vibrant history of resilience, struggle, and triumph. The LGBTQ movement has its roots in the late 19th century, but it truly took flight in the mid-20th century. At this time, being LGBTQ was often seen as a crime or a mental illness. In the face of such adversity, the movement began as a quest for dignity, for the basic human right to be oneself without fear of persecution. The Stonewall riots of 1969 marked a significant turning point. It was a response to a police raid on a gay bar in New York City, and it ignited a spark that spread across the world. From this point on, the fight for LGBTQ rights became more visible, more vocal, and most importantly, more unified. In the decades that followed, the LGBTQ movement faced numerous challenges. There were the dark days of the AIDS crisis in the 80s, and the political battles over marriage equality that spanned over several decades. But with each challenge came victories too. The 90s and the early 2000s saw significant milestones such as the decriminalization of homosexuality in many parts of the world, the recognition of same-sex marriage and adoption rights in several countries, and the increasing visibility of LGBTQ individuals in media and popular culture. These achievements not only marked legal and policy victories, but they also helped shift societal perceptions. The LGBTQ movement has challenged and changed societal norms in profound ways. It has pushed society to reevaluate and expand its understanding of gender and sexuality. It has made us question the boxes we so often put people in, and it has shown us the beauty and strength that lies in diversity and acceptance. The LGBTQ movement, a testament to human resilience, has challenged norms and pushed society towards acceptance and equality. With every step forward, it continues to shape our world, reminding us that love, in all its forms, is something to be celebrated, not feared. Why does racial conflict persist in our so-called modern society? This is a question that has been asked time and again, yet the answers remain elusive. Our journey through history reveals that racial conflict is not a recent phenomenon, but rather a deeply entrenched part of human society. It is a tale as old as time itself, a narrative woven into the very fabric of our existence. From the earliest civilizations to the modern world, racial conflict has been a persistent challenge. The roots of racial conflict can be traced back to our ancestors who, driven by survival instincts, perceived those who looked, behaved, or spoke differently as threats. As societies evolved, these primal instincts were exacerbated by economic, social, and political forces, transforming into systematic racism that has been passed down through generations. In the contemporary world, we have witnessed a multitude of efforts to combat racism. The civil rights movement in the United States, the end of apartheid in South Africa, the global Black Lives Matter movement, and countless other struggles have marked significant milestones in the fight against racial inequality. Yet despite these monumental achievements, the battle is far from over. Even in our so-called modern society, racism continues to be deeply ingrained. It manifests in subtle and overt ways, from microaggressions and stereotypes to systemic discrimination and violence. The persistence of racial conflict is a testament to the complexities of human nature and society. It's a reminder that change does not come easily or quickly, but requires continuous effort, understanding, and compassion. We have made strides in acknowledging and addressing racial conflict, but there is still a long way to go. It requires us to challenge our own biases, to listen and learn from others' experiences, and to stand up against injustice wherever we see it. It demands that we not only recognize the value of diversity, but also actively promote it in every aspect of our lives. Racial conflict, a scar on humanity, remains a challenge we must all strive to overcome. Only then can we hope to create a society that is truly inclusive and equitable. A society where every individual is valued not for the color of their skin, but for the content of their character. Where do we go from here? And how can we foster a more inclusive, tolerant society? We all have a role to play in this, It starts with us as individuals, but it doesn't end there. It requires us to look inward, reflect on our own biases and prejudices, and challenge them. This is the first step towards fostering understanding and empathy, two key ingredients in overcoming social conflicts. But it's not just about self-reflection, it's about action. It's about speaking out against injustice, standing up for those who can't, and using our voices to bring about change. It's about reaching out, having those difficult conversations, and striving to understand perspectives that are different from our own. Now let's talk about education. It's one of the most powerful tools we have to combat ignorance and fear. By learning about different cultures, religions, and ways of life, we can begin to appreciate our shared humanity. We can see that beneath our differences, we all have the same hopes, dreams, and fears. Education has the power to bridge divides and foster a sense of unity. And let's not forget about our communities. They are the bedrock of our society, the places where we live, work, and play. They shape our values, influence our attitudes, and play a crucial role in how we interact with the world. By fostering inclusivity and tolerance at the community level, we can create a ripple effect that reaches far and wide. Our institutions, too, have a role to play. They need to reflect the diversity of our society and promote equal opportunities for everyone, regardless of their race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. They need to be held accountable to ensure they are part of the solution, not the problem. We carry the power to change, to foster a world where acceptance and understanding rule over conflict and division. Remember to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.